Good morning. This is the middle of June 2020. This video is, I hope to keep it short, compact, concise, because I know you don't have time to watch my videos. Okay? But please indulge me for a few minutes. I'll try to keep this short. What you're looking at here, I've been working on, seems like endlessly, for 5 or 6 years, trying to get the grading right from that house to that house. That house is 3 inches higher than that house on the blueprints for the community, on the master documents, the master standalone legal documents for the community, the grading map. These two floor elevations on that map, on that guide, on that doctrine, that written in stone rule is both of these houses are supposed to be equal in elevation. But this has been burdened. This house is 3 inches lower. It was permitted by the town of Buckeye to be 3 inches lower. It's a knockoff house as far as the grading and the sewer pipes. Being as you work in the real estate industry and you're the manager of the HOA, you must understand that when I pay my sewer bill for that house, I'm paying a bill that the sewer pipes are deficient. I've lost head pressure. Talk to somebody that you know on the board that knows something about science. I've lost head pressure. And if it was a battery, I've lost voltage. Okay, they made the battery terminals on my car battery all corroded. Okay, my lot was lowered 3 inches. Okay, this is a knockoff house. I've been working on this yard for 6 years. 6 years on and off. I'm trying to get it right. Now, all this plastic you see here, this mess that's been here, I was going gun-ho on this for about 2 weeks. I had my wheelbarrow out here. I was sifting everything. What you see here, see that pile of dirt right here? I ordered dirt from the local rock supplier last year because I was going to overcover everything on the lots. I thought I had everything figured out. I put new plastic down. These tarps, see that blue tarp? That was installed by me last spring, last year, going into last year's summer. But what happens is, because the reason I'm doing that is because that house is a knockoff house. It was sold to me by the town of Buckeye. Everything was approved on it, but it's out of compliance. For you to send me letters about trees, stake trees, and what I'm doing, I was going full blast on this for about 2 weeks. Ask my neighbors. Go ahead, go across the street. Ask my neighbors how hard I was working every day on this. But the heat came along, and when the heat came along, my back went out. It just completely went out. As I've told you before in a letter, I'm about 20 or 21 days older than Prince Charles. Okay? The guy that could be king. If the queen died tomorrow, he'd be king tomorrow. I'm 20 days older than him. You think Prince Charles could come out for 2 weeks and do this kind of work in the heat? I was going all gun-ho. I was going to have this all peeled back by now and have all this rock sifted, the sand separated, and have it done. But my back went out. And for some reason, well, I know it doesn't look good, but this is the off season. It doesn't look good, but I figure it's the off season. My back is out. I'm not going to hire somebody to do this because the way I want to do it, by sifting the rock and getting the sand and the pebbles out of it and having real good rock for drainage, I spent a whole summer or a year. Ask my neighbors. Go across the street. Ask the people who work across the street or live across the street how hard I've worked on this lot for the last 6 years. All right, and I'm getting sick of doing it. And the reason I have to do it is because this house was allowed to be built 3 inches low. Okay? We've been having this argument for 6 or 7 years now. 8 years this discussion's been going on. Okay? For you to put a sign at the end of track day, I'm going to send you the video for the storm that carved out the end of track day. Track day is the responsibility, it says on the plat map, the responsibility of maintaining track day is the HOA. It says it on the plat map. Look at the note up in the top right hand corner, okay? It says track day is dedicated for drainage. I started that argument 8 years ago. I've been thrown in jail. I've had nothing but false witness about me from board members, from the manager of the HOA, and my neighbors. And I can prove it's all been false witness. I'm the colony leper here because I found out what you did to my house. And I've been trying to sell it. I can't get a realtor to talk to me from Buckeye. I've already sent you a letter that a realtor sent to me that she doesn't want to upset the apple cart over here. Why don't you let this go? Why do you keep talking about track day being a drain, an emergency exit, a golf cart entrance and stuff like that? And they won't list my house. And I insist on telling anybody that buys this house that the sewer pipes are out of compliance. The grading is out of compliance. The lot line grading is out of compliance. They've got this house and this lot was, it's been a slave for the community now for 15 years. All the water that comes off the roof stays up here. And I'm going to send you the video of the last storm we had. And you'll see how overwhelmed this lot was. So from when that storm happened, I realized I've got more work to do. I didn't grade it right. Okay? And then on top of that, when I did start grading it right, I figured we're going into the season. It's the middle of May. It's around the middle of May. Everybody's leaving. So if I do a little construction work, and I've got a letter from a lawyer saying, don't communicate with the HOA anymore. And I figure any communication I have with that lawyer, I'm going to get a bill onto my statement. My due statement will have the lawyer bill on it for anything I talk to the lawyer about, so I don't talk to the lawyer. I don't think it's fair that I can't talk to you or send you or communicate with you. And I don't think it's right that you hang up on me on the phone when I ask you a question that you don't have an answer for. You should say, we don't have an answer for you. All right? But I'm going to end it here. This is where I'm going to stop. I'm going to try to start on this. Right now, if you know what the term gingerly is, I've been walking around gingerly and moving gingerly in and out of the chair and out of bed for the last 4 days. Okay? The first 4 days was pretty intense. I was knocked down. I had all the intention in the world to have all this sifted, raked out, all the stone replaced. I was going, you ask my neighbors, I was working like a teenager out here. Okay? I hope to do it again. I hope this back heals, but give me some time. This is the off season. Okay? The reason I'm doing all this work is because this house is a knockoff. It's a knockoff house, and no realtor will list it. I don't want to live here anymore. I'm getting sick of HOA letters. I'm afraid to go to the mailbox. Every time I start a project here, no matter what time of year or whatever, I'm afraid to go to the mailbox. Okay, because I know I'm going to get a letter, and then I'm going to get lawyer letters and stuff like that. And I want to let you know something else. You see that camera right there? That's kept in the window. The next time a postal service or the postal service person comes to my door with a green top registered letter from a lawyer, from the HOA lawyer, and she doesn't have the green top for me to sign, I got a video camera. From now on, that video camera lives there. So any postal person that comes here with a letter from the HOA lawyer and it doesn't have the green top copy, I'm not going to accept it, because a week after I accepted that letter that day, I did her a favor. She's a career postal person out here. I've known her for about 10 years. When she brought that letter and says, you got a letter here, you got to sign for it. I said, well, where's the green copy? And she hunched her shoulders and said, I don't know. But we have a generic copy. Well, I'll just write the number down and you sign it. Okay? That's not, the next time that happens, I'm going to be on the other side of the door with this camera. Also, police. Anytime you want to, the Charlie Waters or a board member can call up the police, and they send a little cadet out here to point his finger in my face and accuse me of stuff that I've never done, and he's got no record of it. He's got no statement from Charlie Waters. He didn't interview him, and he didn't put him on camera. So as far as what this guy is telling me about being me harassing Charlie Waters, he's got no direct contact with Charlie Waters. None. He didn't go to his house. He didn't put him on camera, but he's at my door on my stoop telling me to leave Charlie Waters alone. Right? He's a thug. And then when I find out, I said, where are you from? He goes, Europe. Europe? I'm an American here. You're a policeman that just trampled my civil rights. I'll keep this short. All right? I'm going to stop now. Have a good day, Caroline.